had a caller this morning. I think it was Uche or so, and he was going, "We need help. You need to get these people to come out. Nobody is out there to help you. The world is a concrete jungle. It's the survival of the fittest." And let's be very clear. I don't have anything against the Western world. In fact, I love them because they're clear in their minds what they want. We are the ones who are not clear in our minds what we want. I don't want to go into long stories. We don't have that kind of time. But what I want you to know is that the interest of the Western world, in reality, is not that you should make progress as a country. You have to, because it's a competitive world. It is a competitive world. And we haven't. India, for example, has responded over time. They've responded 10 times much better than we have. They have kept their culture.
India, Singapore.
Singapore. These people have kept their culture. They've kept their thing. They've had their problems. I remember an Indian friend of mine 20, 30 years ago who said that the average Indian was happy enough to buy a bicycle after graduation. It's not like a Nigerian who cannot even get school cert and wants to ride the biggest vehicle ever.
That's right.
Or somebody who is a receptionist on 70,000 naira and wants to wear hair of 150,000. We should get serious. Help from where? Nobody's out there to help you. If you find any form, there's a lot of rhetoric. Countries will say we need to help Nigeria, we need to help her grow, and so on and so forth. You believe that you're on your own. Let me give you an example. I'm sorry I have to use this example, and I do plead that I just plead. When, for example, your musicians are being given Grammy Awards, fella that was one of the greatest, was he ever given one? No. Why? Because of his music. Was Bob Marley given one? Bob Marley, who wrote songs like Redemption Song, War, all these songs that are supposed to ginger you. Were they given full recognition? No. You need to get real. And that's why I'm surprised when I see Ohaneze, Adebanjo, and all these people say, we are happy, we need help. Nobody is up there to help you. You gotta pull up your bootstraps and get yourself going. Who is helping Rwanda? Rwanda that seems to be making a lot of progress is their leader. The leader of that country is the most vilified. But he has recognized. Maybe the Rwandans have recognized, for example, do we take the Western democracy hook, line, and sinker? Do we take it lock, stock, and barrel? Africans now need to be thinking. There is no help. Why should anybody help you develop when he's your competitor? Try and reason it out. And then when I heard this morning, I think Uche from Ghana said, we needed to come and help us. Excuse me. They are your competitors. The so-called aid that has been given to Africa has been to stifle it. It's like what the Chinese say about giving a man a fish instead of teaching him how to fish. They give you this aid, and then they open the back door for your Jegudu Gerard, whatever, to return the money, and the money goes back to them. People don't know. In case you don't know, when Buhari was our leader in 1984, that's why this man is my hero, but he just fall my hand on this one. In 1984, it got to a point Nigeria said, under Buhari, said that we are no longer going to pay any debts. How can we be paying debt? It's like
you give us money, they loot the money, and
it goes back to you. Look at that, the indignity we have to go to get the so-called the body loot. It comes with conditions, our own money. And you keep talking about help. It is a competitive world. It is a competitive world. And unless the people hold their leaders, and you cannot take away these people's influence in the leadership of your countries. When in 84, for example, the Buhari and some other countries said they were going to do counter trade, I was involved. I was representing a Brazilian company here, Quebec. And we all resolved that, look, let's do things amongst ourselves. All of those countries went down one by one, including Nigeria. All of them went down one by one.
What do you mean by down?
The governments were changed.
Oh,
that's when that footballer came in, and overnight, you see, these are the kind of signals you look at. Overnight, he devalued your currency. Nobody does that. That he started dribbling us playing football. Do you want IMF loan? At the end of the day, we took IMF conditionalities. Didn't take the loan. Before we know it, we became the most indebted country. After a long time, Obasanjo comes, he pays off all our debts. He never pay and finish, and we start all over again. Look at where we are today.
Nigeria needs help, obviously.
We need help, but we need help from ourselves.
For ourselves, yeah. That's where I was going, yeah.
We need help from ourselves. That was philosophy. First of all, you need to look at yourselves and tell yourself some home truths. This is what we can do, and this is what we cannot do. We don't have that discipline. Every Nigerian wants a car, wants to wear designer clothes, wants to use human hair. I don't know how. I mean, that's one of human hair is very annoying. And like I said, they throw you little by little. Look at, I mean, I'm sorry, this has nothing to do with, but look at the people who won the Grammy Award and see what music they're playing. What's the message in the music? What is the message in the music? If you look at it critically, I don't want to go personal. Look at look, Femi Kuti, for example. Okay? It's taking the message of his father and son as a Shehu Kuti, the same thing.
That's right.
Not recognized. I beg.
They were nominated, though, but they didn't just win.
Forget all the politics.
Okay.
But I don't blame them. I don't blame that. I like the Western world. They have their heads screwed on straight. They know, because they recognize that it is a competitive world. The world is a concrete jungle. Have you ever seen, when you watch Animal, what is called this channel on whatever?
National Geographic?
No, the other one, the animals tearing themselves wild. National Geographic, wild.
Yeah.
Yes. Have you ever seen a leopard? It catches a goat, and then it goes and gives it to the lion. Quick back, you were jelly.
No. No, it's not. It's never gonna happen.
We need, and we cannot achieve these things with the current, with the leadership that we have. I'm not talking of Buhari. I'm talking about across all the parties, the governors, everybody. They all have a horrible mindset. They all have we're a big blind country. We're a big blind country. They say in the country of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. If all of you are blind, how are you sure that the one-eyed man can see? That's Fela's logic in big blind country. It says in the country of the blind,
I mean, how can you tell that the other guy
can you say? So
you're blind already. So
Fela now brought this analogy that how are you sure that the one man that can see, don't say go hire the eye self.
Oh my God!
When I heard you this morning, I just said I wasn't feel like coming to work. That I heard people say no, they should come and help us. Somebody said, "Hey, America has said this." America.
That's what I go through.
I feel sorry for you. The same America that will make so much noise about democracy has been doing business and closing their eyes to what is going on in Saudi Arabia because of their interest.
It's interest-based,
and they should have no apologies. We now should in the world order, we should say what is our interest, and we should have no apologies. You make a Nigerian something of the World Trade Organization, and everybody is going into a frenzy. And I'm saying to myself, don't let because you see, when you say these things, sometimes people misunderstand.
Yeah,
they personalize it, and it's because it doesn't like Okonjo. No. We have been completely enslaved. And a lot of our leaders who should know better.
Mentally.
Yes, we've been enslaved. We are going through a second slavery. People look, for you to understand the African, you are here, you are close to 1 million.
Yeah.
35 people come off a ship and then begin to enslave you. How did that happen? Did they hypnotize you? How did that happen? A boat surface with white, we had albinos, so we haven't seen a white person before. A boat surfaces about 40 people marked on a boat, and then they enslaved, they lived with about 200 slaves in chains. How did that happen?
The mind.
That is why we keep saying put a premium on education, close your doors. If you mingle with the Indian community, for example, in the United Kingdom, I'm fairly familiar with.
Right.
They hardly marry outside their whatever. They speak their language. How many Nigerian homes do you go to in the UK today that you find that the children speaking it's just now that the awareness is starting. When we were growing up, we believed that only a bushman wears agbada. Yes. I went to a British school. I grew up as a full Britico. From the UK, came to school here. All reason about higher water and it blighting and all these things, but with ordinary common entrance, we couldn't have it, didn't know arithmetic. But thank God.
Thank God.
I got something. We need thinking, real deep thinking, and we shouldn't let our leaders think for us. We have the opportunity of the internet, we have the opportunity of the social media. Let's use it to the maximum, educate ourselves, and get out of this mess.
Somebody asked a question here as to the conversation we're having this morning concerning what we can do and everything, and the person says, then at what point, what do we need to do to emancipate ourselves?
First of all, get yourselves educated. Then put on your reasoning faculty. Look at how other countries have done it. It's out there. When I grew up, you had to go to a library. You had to leave your house to go to a library. I used to go to the National Library every day. Today, it's right there on your fingertips. It's on your phone.
Right there.
And instead of you to do that, some people come and put some TV show that keeps you for 24 hours. Look at people dancing around the house. You can't grow like that. How much knowledge have the older ones passed on to the younger ones? How can you get knowledge from the older ones when you spend half your time insulting them? I've seen people that I would have loved to mentor, but you look at their profile and say, this one, they see something wrong somewhere. One young boy, his name is somewhere, I've filed it. One day he said there must be something wrong with me. You understand what I'm saying?
That's right.
We need a new thinking. These leaders, this current set of leaders can never provide it. Never.
Taiwo on Facebook says, when are we going to start helping ourselves? You said that we should.
You don't think of. Also, again, I'd like to debunk that theory. Let me go to Sheriff. He should be able to help me. After all, he ends this one. He can be able. No. If you are going to go to Sheriff at all, go with a concrete plan that says that I want to do this thing. Sheriff, how can you help me source funds for this? I need a loan. Go with a determination. We are not determined people. We are too lazy. We are too lazy. Some people will get annoyed. I'm sorry. That's the way it is. But we need to tell ourselves some home truths. This idea of help. We have become a beggarly set of people. Every month, your phone is full of requests asking for money, as if you went to plug the money from it. It is now it's a sense of entitlement that we deal in that we have. Then some people they've misrepresented reparation. Okay, they've misrepresented it. You need to go. This is our concept: is lock yourselves in, build yourselves internally. Then when you are ready, you come up. But you have to suffer for it. It's not because these things are so bad. What do you produce? A country that imports toothpicks. For God's sake. I'm an ice cream freak. Let me admit this. In fact, the shop where I normally go, the supervisor there said, Baba, don't come and drink ice cream every day. But I was sad the day I looked at the lollipop.
Right.
It was produced in Ghana. It's a common brand. I just looked at the paper of the lollipop. Ice cream all the way from Ghana here. What are we doing? What are we doing?
But maybe that's for people who like foreign stuff, because I know that we do produce ice cream here.
This ice cream that I'm talking about is not any better than the ice cream I drank, I licked in 1967.
You remember that one?
I remember it. Since the brand is no longer around, I can say it was Samco. Big Deep is exactly what it is. In 67, in 2021, we are importing ice cream from Ghana. Next time you do this exercise, for God's sake, if you don't believe me. Next time you want to buy a product, just look at the wrapping, look at the wrappings and see where it is made, and see the shame. And yet we expect magic to happen as we speak now. To buy pound sterling on the parallel market. For every pound now, you are going to need 685 naira. Meaning that if you want to buy 1,000 pounds, which is nothing, you can buy bag for Titi for 1,000 pounds. You know who they call Titi?
What was that?
That's a woman now.
Okay.
You can buy a shoe and bag for 1,000 pounds. So that means that to buy a shoe and bag for 1,000 pounds, you'll be dropping 680 something thousand.
That's a lot of money.
Lot of money. There's no correlation between the real value of money here and the exchange rate.
Let's move on very quickly, Jimmy. We've spent quite a number of time.
Yeah, but even if we spend the whole time on this, because that's the fundamental.
Yeah, I get it. Let's pick up the Nation newspaper today. U.S. report, no evidence of massacre at Lekki toll gate. UK worried about insecurity in Nigeria.
You know, I heard somebody say this one. Now it's when Sheriff and I were here, and we were saying, you remember, Sheriff, you and I were saying here that we cannot say for sure what actually happened there.
That's right.
And some people, even Captain Blade was here talking about how you can use a satellite and whatever.
That's right.
Now the report says that there was no evidence of massacre at Lekki toll gate. You see yourself now. All those who have run all kinds of comments, you better be careful now, because you might find yourself in trouble. And that is why I keep telling you, if you sit back and listen very well before you make a comment on certain things. The U.S. report says that there is no verifiable evidence on the reported killing of NSAS, because this was a protest that had no face to it. There was no leader. So who engineered it? Who were the ones behind it?
Questions.
I hope all of us would learn a lesson from this. When people who are trained to analyze say that, I am not sure. The same thing I said about the Benue governors, whatever, and so many other things like that.
Indeed. We're live on Facebook. We're also live on YouTube as well. Nigeria Info 99.3, where you can stream live and watch us in the studio here. Drop your comments there. I'm seeing torrent comments coming in. Let's take this one from Vanguard, page 11. Worsening Apapa gridlock will expose saboteurs of e-collop system, maritime workers.
No, this one is just to ring a bell, Bagam, and remind the governor that this issue has not abated and is getting worse. That is all. This is just to ring a bell to our governor again. That the time you spend going to the stadium, giving out houses and all these things, sit down and resolve this problem. And I don't want to go any further than that by saying that if you find yourself in a position where you can't resolve a problem, you let somebody else come do it for you. But I think we're tired of excuses. We're tired of explanation. Governor wants to expose saboteurs. Now these maritime workers they keep threatening to expose the saboteurs.
Who are these people that nobody wants to expose?
That nobody wants to expose.
Who are they?
I mean, let me tell you why the Vanguard is persistent on this. The Vanguard is neck deep. I've not set my foot on that premises for close to 4 to 5 years because of this. This thing is not just coming up though. It's just gotten expanded and gotten. I've not set, and this is where I cut my teeth. I was one of the first 6 or 7 people, the editorial people that set up this newspaper way back then with Uncle Sam. I wonder if the man himself can get to his own office. We're ruining businesses. We're ruining homes. There are people who live in these areas. Yeah. There's a very posh estate. What's it called now? Loads of expatriates live in that estate of Kirikiri. I wonder how they get in and out to their homes. And all we get from our leaders is we will what did they call it? They said we would expose name and shame.
There's a similar story. I can't remember the paper saying, Business Day said,
yes,
Mr. Governor, isn't it time to name and shame?
No,
asking him to come through.
Sheriff, I want to be in a good mood to eat Freedom tomorrow. But I'm highly disappointed in Governor Sonwood. I'm sorry I keep saying it. I'm highly disappointed in the APC. The APC, they have lots of people that I can handpick and say, if you put 10 of them together, they can find a solution. So if the governor is handicapped, he has a governing advice, what is it, GAT, governor advice, whatever it is, of elders. Can't they sit down and advise him on what to do? It's okay now for people like businesses have been ruined. I wonder how the Vanguard even gets to the streets. They probably take it by water through the Kirikiri Creek, take it all the way down to CMS to pass on to the vendors. We can't continue like this.
We're going to go pick up Vanguard again. This page 15 of the Vanguard, we have 2 stories on this page. Hallmark Town Hall meeting, Fashola Amechi, others to review Nigeria's infrastructural evolution. That's on the one hand. Another one says secession, actualization of Odua Republic, non-negotiable. YOV. Why you do
No, those who drive, but they know the game because what I even found funny about the actualization is these ones call themselves Yoruba One Voice. I've never heard of them, and they said it's a communique signed by somebody called Dr. Shino Konlomo and Mrs. Oloruba. Leave those ones away. Let's go to this one. Now, the federal government, like Ogala said when he was here, Honorable Ogala, SAN, said, the federal government seems to have realized that the achievements of the Buhari government have not been well highlighted. And I think that's what has brought this about, which is okay. I keep saying that it's not as if the Buhari government hasn't done anything. They've done a lot of work on infrastructure. You can't take that from them. You can't take, when it's gone and we have the time to sit down and analyze properly, you see that the Buhari government has done quite a lot of work in these projects, Niger Bridge, the railways, and so on and so forth, far more than any other government could have done. But the crucial one, do you get what I'm saying?
That's right.
The crucial one, defense. The crucial one, the economy as a whole. The crucial one, carrying people along, governance. That is where the fault is. And once you get that wrong, it overshadows all other things that you have done. I wanted to take Ogala up on that the other day, but I decided to let him go. That it's not. I don't think it's that the information people are not working well. The truth is, the things that should be done properly, they've not been done so, and it has overshadowed. You get what I'm saying? It has overshadowed a lot of the achievements that could have been attributed to this government. I mean, how can you be talking about infrastructural development at a time when your defense is not right? How can you be talking about infrastructural development at a time when your president won't even talk to you? He won't even talk to you. Quarterly briefings, he has a vice president we know his problem, but he has a vice president who is very articulate, can explain all these things. You haven't put him to good use. For whatever reason, I don't know. Because if a man has everybody has his shortcomings. The other day, I had to apologize to you. I'm not good at reading, at reading out. That's why I'm not a newscaster. So if you find that, look, like he did in his, now we are beginning to see that in 84.
Yeah.
Buhari was the head of state then, called head of state then, but Idi Agbon was more visible. Why can't he do the same arrangement with
Oshibajo?
Because if he's not prone to...
You're right on that, though.
No, yes, now. It doesn't take away... You see, all people are not the same. If he's not somebody who could face the public, take questions and talk, is not that well articulate, it's not a complete minus. More so when you have somebody that can fill in the gap. Why not put him to use?
Readily available.
More than readily available. You remember the interview they had with Quadry Ahmed?
Yeah.
At some point, Quadry had to say, let him speak. Let the man speak. And if I were the handlers, I won't even put him up for it, but there will be a very good substitute at that same at that level.
All right, so let's take this one. I'm sure a lot of people, in fact, I've been seeing comments on this particular headline. NTAS, no accurate information on killings, U.S.
We already dealt with that. We did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know how I found the people.
Oh, okay.
We did.
All right. Let me.
I called you as a witness.
Let me take this comment on that headline.
Yes.
Someone says here that he hopes that people understand the difference between no evidence and no verifiable evidence.
Look, it's almost the same thing. To be when you now say verifiable, what it means is that evidence has been presented, but it's not verifiable, and that is the way the world works. The world doesn't work on reports from social media. It must be verified. Do you know why? Because there are a lot of cantankerous behavior, cantankerous information you find in the social media, and that presents a very, very big problem for the world. It's a very big problem. The world, at some point, when this COVID is over, I'm sure it's the next virus that we are going to tackle because it's much more deadlier than that.
So someone also said that it's possible that the U.S. lied about the report.
everything in the world, you must have an open mind, but I really don't think so.
We're going to move on very quickly, Jimmy. Punch is here. It says Lagos to equip last mile others with body-worn cameras.
Fantastic. I like that. I've equipped myself with one, and I ask that you equip yourself with one, because in these times that we're in, it's good that you should have visual evidence. You do find my 2 cars have cameras front and back. The other day, one last man, he thought that food don't come, so he saw me at Lekki Junction. I saw him, so he stopped me. What happened was I had moved when the light was green.
Yeah.
But because of the cars were not moving fast enough, the yellow one now caught me on that cross line. And so I had to move forward. Quickly, he jumped in front. He said, "Okay, you jumped the line." I said, "No, you saw what happened." He said, "No, I don't believe." I said, "So you think that I didn't see you waiting for me? That I know that you want to collect shower from me over this one?" I said, "I told you this one." He said, "No, it didn't happen." I said, "But I have evidence." He said, "What?" I said, "Look, that's my camera." The man just turned. He just walked in. I said, "I know that you are there waiting to make your daily bread of me. Do you think I drop a light in you?" As soon as I told him I had the camera. So this is a very nice, development.
Do you think it will work though?
No, it should work, because what it means is that every security person...
We kind of find a way to always circumvent things here.
No. If a security man wants to, like that man, if he had a camera and I didn't have, and was so what I did,
he would have showed it.
Yes, but I need to warn our VIPs. There was a particular VIP I saw yesterday in a Rolls Royce.
Yeah,
he had an escort car in front and an escort car in the back. He couldn't patiently go through the marina traffic. He went on the BRT lane, and I was praying that somebody would just jump in front of the car and sit down and say, "Papa, ekpada local." People, leaders should learn how to behave. We will soon, in our own case, we will soon start naming and shaming them, because he has setting a bad example for others. I said this was shameful. All of us were in traffic. Then he just went through BRT lane with. And it's not even any non-official, it's not part of the list of those who are entitled to this escort and siren. So I'd like to beg our elders and elites and so on and so forth to please show good examples, or else we will start. And by the way, did you see the video about the judge?
The CCT judge.
Even without any comment, it was shameful.
Yeah, it was.
Even if he didn't have any sound,
it
was a disaster.
Jimmy, thank you for coming around. What's coming out at 9?
I'm not coming at 9.
Okay, bye. Lagos, we must go, Jimmy. Thank you so much for coming around.
I'll see you.
Jimmy will be here at 9 o'clock for
Why
Daily
did you just dismiss him?
Because I'm out of time. I'm totally out of time.
All right, let me leave.
Thank you so much, Lagos. Thank you. Let's go and take the news. After the news, we'll talk about the resident doctors' strike. We have an executive of the association joining us this morning at 8. Join us again. We'll be back.
We keep you informed all 99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.